Hi everybody, this is Shawna Odette from the Flying Cat Academy. Welcome to lesson number 60. This is a review lesson. Let's begin by setting up the table. You'll need your top 160 sight word list, the sight word study method instruction sheet, the sight word card pack for the student, some blank index cards, a highlighter marker, and some pencils. You'll need the short vowel drill instruction sheet, the keyword pictures, and the keyword sentence. For the phonemic awareness drill, you'll need the teacher instruction sheet and the colored tiles for the student. For the visual drill and auditory drill, you'll need the teacher instruction sheets and the student's card pack. For the syllable card drill, it'll be a 3-syllable words today, so you'll have to cut this one out in advance and have it all set up on the table. And then we'll have the magnetic letter tile drills for reading and spelling. You'll need the cookie sheet with the letters spread in a rainbow shape for that. You'll have the syllable pounding instruction sheet, the new phoneme grapheme kinesthetic discovery sheet, and the sheets that go with the lesson. They include the scooping syllables worksheet, the single word list, the short story, and the 3 sentences for the writing portion of the lesson. You'll have a yes-no sort for is it an open syllable, and you'll have the sounds of Y sort. Finally, you'll have a timer on the table if you've introduced a fluency element to the lesson. You'll need a secondary program to do that. Let's begin with the sight word study method. Student, take out your card pack of sight words for this one. I want you to read through all the different cards, and when you get a word correct as you read it, I want you to put a check mark in the corner of the card. After you finish reading all the cards, then you'll give the card pack to your teacher, and it's your teacher's turn to read. Your teacher will read each word, and you will write each word down. When you write a word correctly, in the other corner of the card, you can put a check mark. Afterwards, have a quick discussion about which of those words has been mastered. If there is a mastered word, then you can remove it from the card pack. This leaves space so that you can introduce a new sight word. Now we'll do the short vowel drill. This is a drill that will be discontinued once the student masters the short vowel sounds. You'll need the keyword pictures and the keyword sentence to do this one. You take 2 fingers and you trace the shape and you say the keyword, apple, and then you underline it and say the sound, ah. Then do it as many times as your teacher deems necessary, then move on to the next picture. Once you're done all of that, then you'll take out that keyword sentence and you'll read the sentence, stretching out the vowel sounds as you do it. Let's do the phonemic awareness drill. Student, you're going to need your colored tiles for this one. Take out a tile and call it Can you repeat that sound? Good. Now take out a second tile, different color, and call it E. Put it right after the Tap it and say it. What do you have? Did you say re? If you did, that's right. Re is a very common prefix. It means again. I could say when you go to pictures, you get your pictures done at school, they take the picture. But let's say that you're, I don't like that picture, you might say. You would go for retakes because they're going to take them again. So you have re down there. What type of syllable is re? Did you say an open syllable? If you did, that's right. We hear the long E sound. There's one vowel sound, and the vowel sound's at the end of the word, and it's a long vowel sound, so that's open. Let's turn re into a closed syllable. Let's change the sound of E. So I want to close it in with a n. Take a new tile and call it n. Close up that E, and we're going to change the vowel sound of the E. Now tap and say your word. Did you say n, ren? If you did, that's right. Let's turn ren into a real word. Add a new color, t. Put it at the end of ren. What's your new word? Tap it and say it. Did you get rent? If you did, that's right. Find the in rent. Change the into an What's your new word? Tap it and say it. Did you get runt? He is the runt of the litter, the smallest one. If you did, that's right. Find the t in runt and take it away. What are you left with? Did you get run? If you did, that's right. Well done. You can put your tiles away. Let's do the visual drill. You'll need your card pack for this one. The teacher flashes a card and the student says the sounds. Hey student, what sounds does this one make? It has 4 sounds. Did you say y, I, and e? If you did, that's right. Teacher, do about 6 to 8 flashcards in this way and then come back to me. Let's do the auditory drill. You'll use the same card pack for this drill. The teacher says the target sound. Student, can you repeat this sound? I. How many ways do you know to write I? Can you write down the different ways that you know? And as you're writing them down, say I again. And when you finish, underline what you've written and say I a 3rd time. Then we'll check the work. Did you use the letter I? And did you also say that Y can sound like I? If you did, that's right. Well done. Teacher, do about 6 to 8 flashcards in this way. And for the syllable card drill, the teacher has this one cut out and set up on the table for you. You'll read down the syllables in each of the columns from left to right, and then you'll read down each row making nonsense words as you go. Then it's time to unscramble things to make real words. Remember that you want to discuss the meanings of the different words as you're doing this drill, and also you want to put some of the words into sentences. Let's do some syllable pounding. I'll tell you a word, and then you'll stretch out your arm and you'll say the word, and as you're saying the different syllables in the word, you'll pound it out. So if the word was syllable, you would say syllable. And when you're listening to syllables, you're really listening for the vowel sounds. Every time a vowel sound is created, that's one syllable. Here's your word, K. How many syllables in K? Did you say 1? K. I hear that A sound in K. Try this one, volcano. Did you say 3? Volcano. I hear 3. Good job. How about violin? Did you say 3? If you did, that's right. Vel. I hear 1 in that one. I hear the S sound. Try this one. How many syllables are there in develop? Did you say 3? If you did, that's right. Now it's time to pull out your scooping syllables worksheet. Your teacher's keeping an eye on the time and knows how many words you'll have time to scoop. You'll also probably need your scooping syllable instruction sheet to do this. And teacher, you've got the answer key provided. Let's do a review of the open syllable. We've been talking about open syllables and closed syllables. What type of syllable is this one? Can you tap it and say it? S-a-b. Sob. This one is a closed syllable. Can you tell your teacher why this is a closed syllable? It's a closed syllable because it's got one vowel and it's followed by one or more consonants. And in that situation, the vowel is going to be short, so it says it's all live sound, which is exactly what it's doing. But what happens if I take that babysitter and he goes away? The consonant's now gone. We don't have a closed syllable. Tell your teacher what type of syllable that is. That's an open syllable. And what sound does the vowel in an open syllable make? Tap it and say it. It makes its long vowel sound. So that is O, so. Let's review this concept of is it a closed syllable or an open syllable by doing a quick sort. You can read all of these words as you do it, and you can even unscramble some of them at the end if your teacher says that you have time, because there are some words that you can make if you put the syllables together. Another big concept on which we've been working is the different sounds of Y. Y has 4 sounds. Can you tell me the 4 sounds that Y can make? Did you say y, I, and e? If you did, that's right. We can determine what sound the y is going to make based on where it is in the word. When y is at the front of the word, it acts as a consonant. Can you read this word? Tap it and say it. The y is acting as a consonant, so it makes its y sound. That word is yes. What sound does the y make when it's in the middle of a syllable? Let's have a look. Can you tap that one and say it? The y would make a short I sound in this word. It might happen in the word symmetry. So this was sim. Now I wonder what happens when y is at the end of a one-syllable word. Can you tell your teacher what sound y would make here and what that word would be? Tap it and say it. Y makes a long I when it's at the end of a one-syllable word. So that word is st-I, sty. A pig sty. A pig can live in a pigsty. Yeah. And then the last situation is when we have a two-syllable word. When y is at the end of a two-syllable word, it has a different sound. I'll just separate this word into its two syllables. So we have an open syllable here and an open syllable here. Can you read it syllable by syllable? So in this word we have tie. I is by itself, it's at the end of the syllable, so it's making an open, or the long I sound, tie. And then we have n plus the y, and the y is going to say e when it's at the end of a two-syllable word. So that word is tiny. Let's review the different sounds of y by doing this sort. Your teacher has this one already on the table for you. You can read the word and then sort it under the correct heading. Let's do the magnetic letter tile drill for reading. You'll need your cookie sheet with your letters spread in a rainbow shape for this one. Can you say E? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. That's your first syllable. Now let's do syllable number 2. This is a 3-syllable word. Can you say ol? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Can you say ah? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Can you say s? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Now you've got your first syllable and your second syllable. The first syllable is an open syllable. So read that first vowel as an open syllable and read the second syllable as a closed syllable, L-A-S. What do you have? Tap it and say it. Did you say E-lass? If you did, that's right. Let's add the third syllable now. Can you say t? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Can you say I? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Can you say k? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Now you've got all 3 syllables. Tap them and say them. Put it all together and read the word. Did you say elastic? I put an elastic in my hair. If you did, that's right. And did you spell it E-L-A-S-T-I-C? If you did, great work. Put your tiles away and get ready for a new word. Can you say H? Now find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Can you say O? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. There's your first syllable. Here's your second syllable. Can you say O? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Can you say E? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Now think about the different spelling rules that you've learned and apply any that need to get applied, and then tap it and say it. Did you say holy? And did you spell it H-O-L-Y? When you hear that E sound at the end of a two-syllable word, you're going to write it with a Y. If you did, great work. Teacher, you can do another word in this way if you have time, and if not, then you can move on to reading the single word list, and then have the student read the short story. And if you've introduced a fluency element, that's where you'll do your timed reading, is after that story. Let's do the magnetic letter tile drill for writing. You'll need your cookie sheet with your letters spread in a rainbow shape. Student, your word is sly. Someone who's clever but maybe not trustworthy is sly. We often say, hey, that's sly fox. What's the first sound that you hear in sly? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. What's the next sound that you hear in sly? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. And what's the last sound that you hear in sly? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Now look at what you have and apply any spelling rules that you need to apply. And then tap and say the word. Did you spell it S-L-Y? If you did, that's right. Put your tiles back and let's try a new word. Your word is funny. Can you repeat that word? What's the first sound that you hear in funny? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. What's the next sound that you hear in funny? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. What's the next sound that you hear in funny? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. What's the next sound that you hear in funny? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. And what's the last sound that you hear in funny? Find the correct tile and pull it to the middle. Now look at what you've got and tap it and say it. Did you spell funny F-U-N-N-Y? If you did, that's right. The base of funny is that word fun, which is a closed syllable. If you want to add the suffix y onto fun, then you have to apply that doubling rule. F-U-N-N-Y. Double the N. If we didn't do that, if we just left it F-U-N-Y, then we'd have two open syllables, and we'd have to read it funy, which is not the word. Okay, great job. You can put your tiles away. And can you take out a lined paper and a pencil? I'm going to tell you a word, and you're going to write some single words down on the page. First, you'll tap out the word, saying the sounds as you tap it. Then you'll say the whole word and pull it like that, and then you'll write it down. Your word is navy. Can you repeat that word? Navy is a dark blue. Okay, tap out each syllable and write it down. And then we'll check it. Navy has two syllables, navy, so it's two open syllables. Did you spell it N-A-V-Y? If you did, that's right. Try your next word. Pry. Okay, did you spell that one P-R-Y? If you did, that's right. Here's your next one. Buy. Did you spell it B-Y? If you did, that's right. And let's do another one. Halo. So think about that one. Figure out how many syllables it is. Halo. And then just spell it syllable by syllable and you won't have any troubles. Did you spell that one H-A-L-O? If you did, that's right. Teacher, now it's time for the student to write some sentences. You can read out all three sentences and have the student choose the two that will be written. After the student writes a sentence, then please have the student check the work with chops. Let's do a quick review before you go. We've been talking a lot about what it means to be an open syllable and what it means to be a closed syllable. Student, can you create a closed syllable using your magnetic letter tiles? And then I'd like you to remove the consonant at the end and read it as an open syllable. So just show your teacher that you know the difference between those two things by doing that. And finally, we've been talking about the different sounds of the letter Y. Student, what are the 4 sounds that Y can make? Did you say Y, I, and E? If you did, that's right. Great work today. This is Shawna Odette from the Flying Cat Academy.